So then I went 13 and a half years on my own. I came along here, I lived with my daughter. Then I came along here because my mother and father, my brother was ill, you know, to help to look after him. Well, can you remember when that job was at Aldermaston about 10, 12 years ago? It was on the television and all that, about this plutonium.
Oh yes.
Well, that was my brother.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. So anyway, I came along here, my father was ill, my mother was ill, and he was ill. So I could see to them go to work. Then my brother died, you know, with this.
He had cancer, did he?
Yeah, it caused cancer, this plutonium.
Yes.
And then I was on television and all, you know, on BBC Two News Night, you know.
Didn't know I was talking to a famous man like that.
Yeah, I had the cameras and all in here. So anyway, after that, my brother died. This he was only 49. He died in the August, and then my father died in November. My mother went on then till she was a year after that, and she died. Then I was on my own here.
Yes.
Then my brother, the younger, not the youngest one, the one next, he was at Folkestone and his wife died with cancer and he couldn't stay on his own, so he came to live with me. So anyway, excuse me. So anyway, he couldn't live on his own, so he came to live with me. And we was here, he lived with me a couple of years, I suppose. And then I met a young divorcee from Newbury, lovely girl. And she came here to live with us, and I got married, you know. She was only 40, well, she wasn't. Let's see, she was 37, and was quite a good age gap, about 29 years, but we was happy. So then my brother left, he got married. So 2 years ago he came here on Christmas and said, oh, I gotta go and have an operation. So we went for this operation, they opened him up, and it was cancer. Couldn't do no more for him, sewed him up, and he was gone within 2 months. Then my wife had this young person, she had cancer. She went all through the chemotherapy, radiation and all, you know. And breast cancer it was, and it spread all over her in the end. And she died just before Christmas, this to come in.
This last Christmas?
Yeah.
Oh dear, what a sad story.
And then I lost my eldest brother a fortnight before that, the only brother I had left.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so...
You're the only one left now?
Well, the boys, yeah, there's two, I got 2 sisters. One at Newbury and one up the road here. Yeah, but that's, you know, so it's been sort of a...
sad story.
Poured out my heart next to you, but I mean, that's the way of life, isn't it?
Yes.
You can't change it.
You can't, no.
Yeah, I'll show you my young wife, it was.
You remember it?
See, actually, my mother was born along at the Marsh Gate.
Oh, I know, yes.
The farther one.
Yeah.
There's a thatched house, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
Well, there's a house there, and like that it goes. My mother was born in there, and my great-grandfather lived there. Well, my mother went from there, went to school. Do you know where the sales room, it used to be up Church Street?
Yes.
It's Chapel Court now.
Yes.
Well, that used to be a school there. I think it was Wesleyan School.
Yes, it was a Wesleyan chapel there, wasn't it?
Well, she went to school there, and then she went from there to this one down the road where High and Mighty is.
National.
Yeah.
National School.
And I think the headmaster was Camberley. But my great-grandfather, my great-grandfather, my grandfather actually worked for Upgrass Farm, Dickie Richins.
Yes.
Then he left there and worked for John Adams, who's the corn merchant, which was up the old street. But my great-grandfather, he worked at the Umford Brewery, which is the back of the gateways.
Yes,
you know that building?
Evelyn Road again.
Yeah. And the frontage is still the same. Well, actually, he drove the brewer's dray.
Over to Wallingford.
Yeah. And he was sort of a little short, stout man, used to wear a black trilby, little old canvas, apron. And my grandmother had a photograph of him, sat on the beer barrels outside of this brewery. And every time I go by there, I can picture him sat there, know. Well, he used to drive this brewer's dray, and he was coming back this night, and with this brewer's dray, and of course he was drunk. And
I was going to say they all got drunk there, didn't they?
Yeah, because the horses used to bring them home.
That's right.
And so he couldn't make out what it was. The horses stopped and then drew round up top of Folly Hill there, you see. So next morning, he knew what it was because those two policemen got shot up there.
Oh, yes.
You see?
Yes.
Yeah,
I remember, yes.
So anyway, that's how he knew, But when he used to walk over from there, from where he over the marsh, in that little river that goes by, my grandmother used to keep pigs, see, and she used to clean her chitlins in that river, and he used to keep his beer in the river to keep it cool. Yeah.
Is that the River Dun?
Yeah.
Yes.
So anyway, actually, like when he died, it was funny because when he was dying, he was still with this, driving his horses on this dray. So when he was dying, they had put two pieces on the bed rail at the bottom, two pieces of string, and put in his hands when he was dying, because he still thought,
he was driving the train.
Yeah.
That was your grandfather, wasn't
That
it?
my great-grandfather.
Your great-grandfather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then of course they moved away from Wallingford. My mother went to Buttermere to work, Buttermere Rectory, met my father, and that's where they married from then, because they was married at Ramsbury Registry Office.
Oh, were they? Yes.
Went over there in horse and trap.
Yes.
In them days.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll tell you this, in the place where my mother worked now is Dr. Owen.
Dr. Owen. Lord Owen now.
Yeah, it is Lord Owen,
Yes, yes.
Oh yeah, that's where she worked.
Yes.
And of course then we moved from there, as I say, to Coombe and then to Salmon Green. But actually...
This wasn't built, this was a barley field here, wasn't
This was, right, yeah. I can remember this been up what? Elsie Smith just up here, she lived in them when there was first pub. So they must have been here long.
I think it was about 1917, wasn't it?
That's right. Yeah, so